Sir, thank you very much, sir, for joining our program. What we wanted to know that recently the martial art team was going out of India, and on staple visa they were obstructed. You all stay in a bordering state, which is very much integral part of India, and you all are the most nationalistic people. What's your view on the whole issue, sir?
See, we all know about the issues regarding the Arunachal when it comes to the bilateral relation with China. So China has been always you know uh, terming Arunachal as a disputed and part of China. But we all know that the Arunachalis are most patriotic people when it comes to our acceptance with the Indian territory. So this is not a new thing, where they've given the staple visa. This has been going on for so many years. So at many platforms also we have raised this issue and we flagged this problem with the government of India, because obviously we cannot go up to the China to solve this problem. It has to be from the government of India side, to find a middle path, where we are not kind of devoid of any opportunities, for the sports person, for the academicians, or for that matter, any officials, visiting China. So this issue has been there. So since it's a issue related to bilateral thing and between the two countries, a diplomacy thing, so at the most we can make a request to the government of India to find a solution to it.
So, but why is it not being done, sir? Over the years, when the Prime Minister goes to Arunachal, claim comes that Arunachal belongs to China. Any dignitaries visit Arunachal, this is always a stand.
See the
So,
step.
don't you think we are waiting too long and we have been soft on the
Exactly,
issue?
exactly. That's what I'm saying. But the visa is a prerogative of the Chinese. I mean, for the China, whether they want to give a staple visa, or they want to stamp a visa, or they want to reject a visa. But it is for the government of India to find a solution to it, whether to allow our Nachalis to travel to China on staple visa, because there shouldn't be any doubt on our integrity as an Indian. We are more Indian than the mainland Indian. That's why I keep saying, and we greet people by Jai Hind. That shows our integrity and
Nationalism.
the patriotism for the country. So that much of confidence, I believe, the government of India should have, and allow us, not to make us devoid of the opportunities which are sports person, for that matter, any scholars, or for politicians, or for an officer to visit the China for any kind of programs and sports events, and for any academic events.
So, in what way the permanent solution can be arrived at?
See, the permanent solution, obviously, China, we cannot dictate China about it. It's up to them how they behave with, issuing the visa and all. But it's for the Indian government, to give a second thought, and give a second thought about, making the Arunachal people travel on a, staple visa, and find a solution where they are like, sure of our Arunachal people, that they are not being, taken into a different situation for the staple visa.
So what you just said, do you think that the government of India should take a strong stand and say that yes, Arunachal is a very integral part of India, and then should sit with China, and then
No, that's what's a recent, see the G20 meeting also, it was conducted in Arunachal Pradesh. That is the commitment of the government of India to tell the world that Arunachal is integral part of India. And I was the chairman of the G20 celebration in Arunachal Pradesh. We had G20, then we had the C20. From government of India side, government of India is very clear about the stand. Arunachal is integral part, and obviously we have a popular government. We are a federal, like state of India. So there is no doubt about the Indian government. But the problem is with the Chinese government when they give staple visa. But only thing which we request government of India to let us travel on staple visa, because the China will not, go by our request, or our diktat. So the government of India has to think over it whether they allow us to travel on staple visa, because since we are Indian national, we are like truly Indian, and we are more patriotic than the mainland India. They should trust us, and we feel that if they kind of take a decision on this, and it will be very helpful for Arunachal.
Can you tell us, Manipur is burning? Why not a single reference to Manipur in this session?
See, this is a different platform altogether. This is a CPA conference.